Things are getting serious now. We're gonna put layers on layers. This is all fire protection in case we catch fire, stop the flames going up my legs. So, I'm strapping in.
So anytime that you want to release, you're just gonna reach your hands up and pull out just like that. And you release. So once you're done with the run, then you can move your head around, undo your seatbelt, take your helmet off. But that's how that's going to attach once you're all together there. Last thing we'll put on, some gloves here. You okay? Yeah. Feel your fingertips all the way?
Uh-huh.
How you feel?
Feel good?
Yeah, you look good.
I look good?
Yeah. So you can blow that stuff off. We'll get the car out, and then Jimmy will go over kind of a little bit with you.
Okay.
We'll warm it up, and we'll get this day going, my dude.
Thanks, Craig.
Yes, sir.
You're a legend.
Feel for you with the steering wheel now. Is that a little bit better than the other day?
Yeah, it is. I can't believe I'm doing this, man. I can't believe I'm doing this. To be honest, man, I'm nervous. Hey, if you're not scared, then you're not really living, right?
That's right.
Even after the burnout, obviously fuel stays on, I reverse back. Then I do the 300 footer or whatever, the first pass, and just brake. Then after I brake, I shut the fuel off, count 3 seconds, shut the engine off.
Yep. And then just let the car get past the quarter-mile finish line and bring it to off the racing surface itself. And
so I'll gas to the 300, and then I'll kind of just like brake, but then just make sure I get off the...
Just make sure you have enough momentum, to get off the racing surface. So all the controls are feeling pretty good for you now? I think all the work for you, the steering, pedal position. I got the stop off if you want to hammer the throttle down there.
Yeah, first pass is 300 feet. Obviously this thing's a beast, and they got to warm me up to it in increments, so yeah, I guess we're going to do the warm up now, then we're going to get out of the car, I'm going to walk through. They're going to put cones out on the track, so I'm only going to accelerate to certain cones, and they're going to kind of get me to go through the steps until they give me the all clear to do a full pass. I think this thing is a beast. It's not obviously a top fuel car, but this is a top alcohol car. This thing does over 200 mile an hour, 230 mile an hour this car does, so apparently a 6.5 second pass is what it's capable of. You know what my goal is today? It's definitely do a 6.5 second pass. So I'm not trying to be a hero, but I'm just trying to do the best of my ability, and if I do what they say and I follow everything they say, this car can do that. So that's my goal.
We're going to simulate you're at the pre-stage light. I'm going to point at your clutch foot, take your foot off the clutch, and when you do that, hold the brake really hard. Then I'll point at the brake, have you let go of the brake. The wheels will be spinning again. Then I'll ask you to shut the engine off, push the fuel shut off, wait a couple or 3 seconds, hit the ignition switch, okay?
You ready, Robbie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go.
Man, that car has so much power, like just the noise of it. I can't wait to floor it. And I guess like from here on in, when I drive it, he said, let's just slam the thing flat out. So in the burnout stage, they have a block there, so I can't do it flat out. I just kind of give it a little bit, which it'll have a limiter there. I can't smash it too hard, but I'll just touch that thing. It'll light up, but this thing's a beast. Almost 3,000 horsepower. Can't believe we're about to do this. Got to walk through the stages of what I have to go through and go talk to the man himself and get the tips from the legend himself.
After the run, you're going to stop on the track. We're going to leave you in the car, and we're going to tow you back, and you're going to get out of the car down at the shop. So you're going to get in and out of the car in the same spot, just save some time. They're going to get you in, they're going to tow you down around the corner. When they're towing you, you don't need to shove the clutch in because it's disengaged all the time because it's a centrifugal clutch. It's not engaged unless the engine's running. You don't want to ride the brakes all the time, but you don't want to run over top of the tow strap. As soon as the pre-stage comes on, like quick reaction. You don't want to be casual. So stop the car, clutch down, brake on. Then lock that brake on really hard, and when you step off the clutch, don't do it slow. Just step off and find that spot on the floor where your foot's comfortable, because your foot's never going to touch the clutch pedal again. Then you bump the brake a little bit into the stage light. I'll turn the tree on. Same tree we were using in the other class. When the tree comes on, all you do is let go of the brake and floor the throttle, put your hand up on the wheel, target point. You're not going to drive any further than those orange cones. When you get there, just close the throttle. Don't get in a hurry about anything. For this run, when we do the parachutes, it'll change this routine, but this is what we're going to do right now. Don't grab the brake.
Roll out off the ship.
Just close the throttle, reach over, push the fuel shut-off lever, wait a couple seconds, hit the ignition switch, then come back to the brake. And unless there was a problem and you needed to stop and get out, you're not going to apply any brake until you're past the finish line.
I just had some questions. He ran me through everything I have to deal with, and he said, one of the questions was, where's the finish line? And he said, jump in the rental car and go down there and have a look. Obviously, I know it's the last box, but because I'm going to be coming down here at potentially 230 mile an hour, over 300 kilometers an hour, he said go down and figure it out. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get figured out. I said, can I do a pass, quarter mile pass in the rental car? And he said, sure, use your phone, time it. So we're gonna do a rental car pass here. We ain't got the stage lights, but 3, 2, 1, go. Driving with the knee. 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 15 seconds, 16, 33.
80 miles per hour.
Yeah. Main thing is they're telling me is like, you know, I got to do this first pass. It's only just 350 feet is where I'm going to accelerate to. Then I'm going to get off the gas, essentially shut it down and roll pretty much past here before I stop. So, all right, we got a reference. I know the track. Ready to go, dog.
Good time, baby.
It's like a tear off, you know?
First time I've won a pad.
Never seen that.
Seems like I'm going to be doing it a lot more often. I like this thing, how you kind of like locks your head in place.
Wasting no time.
That was awesome. Thanks, Greg.
That was just the first one, man.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
All right.
Woo!
How was it?
That was awesome. So cool. It was smooth. Car drove great. It wasn't as like, I didn't know what to expect. Cannot complain. It wasn't like super terrifying. I definitely like felt the speed, and I probably got off a little bit before I was meant to, but just want to play it safe. It's gonna like it's. I guess what I felt was the speed really ramping up, because it's like this one's they say it's a little bit slow off the line because it's a school car, but then it gets its speed and it just starts hauling the mail. And I probably got to that stage right before it started hauling the mail. So I know what to expect now. So I'm ready to go. Round 2. A lot of things have changed. Just got reamed for doing some things wrong. In a nice way, but you know, these things are finicky. If you do things the wrong way, you can mess up the transmission, the engine, all these things. And I guess I got off the clutch too early when staging. I got to use the clutch to come all the way up to staging, so I learned that lesson. And this time, the main change is I'm going to do 3/4 of the quarter mile, and then I'm using the parachutes to stop. So, a few changes. Here we go.
Feel the pull the shoes.
Felt good. I realized skydiving kind of helps me out here. I'm used to the feeling of the chute coming open, so that was cool. A lot of like processing. I messed up, did the burnout, and then when I got off the gas, I didn't push the clutch in right away, and it's still driving around the track. I'm thinking, what's going on? I'm like, oh, clutch. Because there's times where you don't touch the clutch, and I'm just like normally terrified. I don't want to wreck this engine, don't want to mess up the equipment, but trying to do it all right. So I'm sure I'll get spoken to about that, but all in all, felt pretty good. I kept into it all the way till the cones, and I I mean, when I passed the cones, he's like, you want to be firing that parachute right when you get to him. And I coming at him, I was like mindfully already on the chute. And when I front wheels hit him, I was like, boom, shoot, brake. Dude, I hit the brake and that thing's going, it's incredible how good they work. So I knew the brakes were working. I may have shut the fuel off and gone straight to the engine. I probably didn't wait 3 seconds. It's like 3 seconds from there to there, and then it just all happened so fast. So second time down, felt good about it. Ready to go again. I think the next one will be the full strip.
Great system.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was awesome. That was so good. Oh, it felt great.
Better?
Yeah, that was really cool. Pumped. I went straight. I don't think I ruined the finish line this time. Last time I went through the finish line, pulled the chutes. I was worried about pulling the chute, so I drifted a little bit. When I pulled the chute, it ripped out the little foam box there. They said that you don't want to do that because everyone laughs at you. So that time I straight run, held it pinned the whole way. Interesting to hear what Frank has to say. I don't think I did everything perfect, but so the last run of the day. I haven't done everything perfect yet. Small things, but I think honestly, like, these cars are set up pretty forgiving, and a couple of things I'm doing is could damage the car if it was like a top fuel drag car, which is what I'm aiming for. So yeah, I gotta clean it up a little bit. I came in a little bit too fast, didn't pull my parachute quick enough, but he didn't tell me all that stuff before. I wanted to drive as fast as I could, and I wanted to get through the finish line before I pulled a chute. So I'm gonna try and brush up, and he made a couple of comments on what he wants me changing. I'm trying to change him right now, make him happy. Then we gotta get the hell out of here. We gotta get on our plane, get back home. So here we go, this is the last run. I make Frank Holly proud.
Flight leaves in exactly 3 hours. What's the chance we make it?
Flight losing exactly 3 hours. Well, at least we know how to drive fast now. We're in a rush. We gotta stop and get fuel. We gotta drop the rental car back, which isn't at the airport because we saved the extra 20 bucks a day by getting the one off site. We don't know. I'm just gonna leave it up to the gods if we make it or not. Either way, we had a great time. If we have to stay an extra day, I'm sure we'll have fun, bud. But I might want to put your seatbelt on.